Hi, I'm bartender Oliver Holt, and today we're going to be making an infused simple syrup with bronze fennel. We're going to be using a very straightforward infusing technique that anyone can do at home, and it will yield professional results. Bronze fennel is a variety of fennel, just like the one that you see at the grocery store, except instead of growing it for its bulbs, which is the main part that we eat, at Farm.One we grow it for its fronds. Those are the feathery bits that grow above the ground. And now the cool thing about the hydroponic system is that we can continue generating these fronds, so that there's a ton of product and we just get so much use out of one plant. They have a ton of flavor, and they also produce the really beautiful purple color that we'll be seeing from our regular infused simple syrup. For this recipe, we're going to be using 10 grams of picked fennel fronds to 1 cup each of sugar and water. So first we're going to make our simple syrup, which is, as the name would suggest, very, very simple. We're going to use 1 cup of granulated sugar. So I've got 1 cup of sugar and 1 cup of water here on the stove. And I'm just stirring it until it's completely clear so I can see right through it. So this is exactly where we want it to be. It's completely see-through, but what we want to happen for the purpose of this particular syrup is for the syrup to come to a boil so that we can blanch and retain the color of the ingredient. Great. Now we kill the heat and cover it up. So at this point, we now have an infused simple syrup. You can technically use what you have now and you can flavor your drinks with it. It's the entry level. If we take a couple more steps, we can turn this from a basic infusion to something that a professional would use. For that, you're going to need some kind of blender. Blender will do. You can use a food processor. I've got my NutriBullet here, which will suffice just fine. So I'm just going to blend everything together. Nice. And lastly, you want to strain it. You can use a cheesecloth, but if you have a coffee filter, that's fine. It's just going to take a bit longer. Now, full disclosure, if you do choose to use a coffee filter like I did, then be prepared to wait a very long time. Coffee filters are not the ideal medium for this task. Typically, or rather ideally, you'd want to use cheesecloth. But it's okay if you don't have it. You can use a coffee filter, just be prepared to wait. What you can do if you want to cut a little bit of the wait time is strain it through a sieve or a mesh strainer beforehand so you can get some of the larger bits out. Either way, now I have strained it and we have this fabulous purple liquid here. This is what we're going to be using. It's incredibly fragrant, it looks absolutely lovely, and it tastes just like bronze fennel.